Democrats, Republicans alike. A number of Democrats are protesting this speech by not showing up.
Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be across this beautiful blue-green globe of ours. Welcome to Real News Live. This is a special Toxically Masculine Tuesday State of the Union address evening with, I hope, the usual crew. We don't know where Dr. Brooks is. I'm your host, Mike Bara in Las Vegas, Nevada, joined, as I usually am, by TV's Blake Wally, wearing the Led Zeppelin shirt tonight, and Steve Doran, the trail boss in Arkansas. Guys, how are you doing tonight? And where the hell is Brooks?
I don't know.
Well, it's great to be here.
He's normally the first one on.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't understand what's going on. I've had a rough day.
Maybe a drone. Maybe they sent a drone strike to take out his internet.
Yeah, so he can't be here, but I did send him the link. I'm definitely sure of that. So, all right. So what we're going to do is when the president gets on, we're going to just show it and comment on it. Trying to figure out maybe the best setup for that to give you the maximum amount of space. I can't seem to get that fucking chat off the screen that I'm using. Maybe if I do that. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now we've just got a bunch of other stuff going on. So yeah. Okay. All right. Well, anyway, I just wanted to remind everybody that the Seattle Seahawks are the 2025 Super Bowl 60 Super Bowl champions. And I've been saying that all over the place. I went to a nightclub, Zook, which is in Resorts World, with a friend, Darcy Weir, the other night, and I would stop by the security guard and I would lean in and I would say, by the way, did you know that Jesus Christ is your Lord and Savior and the Seattle Seahawks are the 2026 Super Bowl champions? I just kept doing that all night long, just to be an irritating asshole. We do not know where Dr. Brooks is. We are looking, hoping for him to show up. Hi, Jen. How are you, sweetie? Love you. I've had internet connections, but it's great to have you here. Guys, what I want to do, I'm excited about all the stuff. Jen and I will be on tomorrow morning. What's that, Steve? What's that?
I said we know where Brooks is. His computer shut down and it's doing a hard reboot, so he can't come on until it comes up.
Okay. Well, the president will be coming in soon. I got a couple questions I want to ask you two guys. I want to vote. We're the three of us here. Are we going to get anything about aliens tonight? Yes or no? Blake?
I'm going to say no. I think that would be too much for the general public to handle. That would be awesome. I would love it if he did.
Steve, what do you think? We're going to get aliens tonight or no? No aliens.
Negative.
I'm going to go with yes. But that's just because that's in my best interest. All right, let's turn the sound up and listen to the president as he makes his way to the podium. Let me know if you can hear or not. Can you hear the audio? Yeah. Yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, Rumble Ranted Super Chat. Use a little bit extra money. No, sweetie, what happened was I had a Jen's gonna think I had a healing from a doctor who's supposed to specialize in psychic healing of fears today. He actually lives here in Vegas, and afterwards I got massive migraines, so I have these ice wave patches. LifeWave folks, link in the description. I have ice wave patches on, so I'm here. Cover that up. It looks retarded, but yes, State of the Union is part of TMT. You defended TMT. Yeah, dang, AOC's not going to be there. There's Brooks. Hello, Brooks.
Hey, sorry about that. That was a hard reboot. I don't know what happened.
Well, we got you here now. That's the important thing. And
I told him the truth, Brooks, that a drone strike took out your internet so that you couldn't be here, so you had to go to an alternate internet source.
I'm going to turn the volume on the speech down to about 50%, so we should still be able to hear everything the president says, and then you guys can just comment as things come up, and if you have things to say about it. Let's ask another question. First of all, Brooks, I asked, are we going to get anything about aliens tonight?
He's got so much else to speak about. I don't think you're going to hear anything about aliens.
Okay. And the other thing I'd like to ask is the name Epstein going to come out of Donald Trump's mouth tonight? Blake, yes or no?
No.
Very good. I don't think so.
Not.
Brooks says no. Blake says no. Steve, what do you think?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the question.
Is the name Epstein going to come out of the president's mouth tonight?
No.
I say yes. So I'm yes on aliens and yes on Epstein.
All right. I hope so. It'll be a hell of a COTU if that happens.
There's Dr. Brooks. Good evening, Patriots. Trump did win 20.
I think the word hockey will come out.
King's Hacienda, look at all the baby eaters. Man, King's Hacienda, I don't know. That's your wife, right? You are, man, I wouldn't be watching this show. If I had her, I just would, I'd be busy. Migraines do suck. Epstein will not be mentioned, says Deb. Our wonderful moderator, Deb. Thank you, Deb from Sacramento, our wonderful moderator.
I can't even tell that there's 21 Democrats missing.
Yeah. Was there only supposed to be 21 missing? Yeah. Yeah, you got that HBL at home there, buddy. Hot-blooded.
Does anybody really care?
No.
I love how they say that they're not going to attend, and it's like, but nobody gives a crap.
The thing is that they miss an opportunity to get some FaceTime and be disgusted and
Raise money.
Yeah.
I mean, do you think anybody even notices them gone? No.
So everybody, let me know if the volume of the speech is good enough. And I think we can hear what we're saying.
Well, if it's based on the applause, it's a little low.
Members of Congress, I have the high privilege and distinct honor of presenting to you the President of the United States.
Well, I thought the Democrats would be wearing their onesies tonight.
Yeah.
With their little signs that say liar.
All right. Drinking game. Every time he says aliens, you drink. Every time he says Epstein, you drink.
Okay.
Well, thank you very much, everybody. It's really an honor. Speaker Johnson, Vice President Vance, First Lady of the United States.
Wow, look how tall he is.
Well, there's his Pleiadian.
Second Lady of the United States. Members of Congress and my fellow Americans, our nation is back, bigger, better, richer, and stronger than ever before.
Look at those suck-ass Democrats.
It's a little early for the standing ovation.
Oh,
there'll be 100 of them.
Now, our country will celebrate an epic milestone in American history, the 250th anniversary of our glorious American independence. This July 4th, we will mark 2.5 centuries of liberty and triumph, progress and freedom in the most incredible and exceptional nation ever to exist on the face of the earth. And you've seen nothing yet. We're going to do better and better and better. This is the golden age of America.
Okay, so guys, just to pause it right here for a second. Since the volume's kind of an issue, what we'll do is when somebody wants to make a comment, just start talking, and I'll jump over and pause so we can get the comment in and then go on with the speech, okay?
Okay.
Let's do it that way. All right, back.
When I last spoke in this chamber 12 months ago, I had just inherited a nation in crisis with a stagnant economy, inflation at record levels, a wide open border, horrendous recruitment for military and police, rampant crime at home, and wars and chaos all over the world. But tonight, after just 1 year, I can say with dignity and pride that we have achieved a transformation like no one has ever seen before, and a turnaround for the ages. It is indeed a turnaround for the ages.
I'm all for standing over, but that's a bad trend.
Oh my
heckler
gosh.
already. He's back. Al Green.
Wolfman.
The wizard.
Yep.
The wizard
And we
with his
will never
cane.
go back to where we were just a very short time ago. We're not going back. Today, our border is secure.
Convergent or
Thank you.
Bober.
Today, our border
Let's
is
get that,
secure.
let's get that
Our
wall back
spirit
under
is restored.
construction.
Inflation is plummeting. Incomes are rising fast. The roaring economy is roaring like never before. And our enemies are scared. Our military and police are stacked. And America is respected again, perhaps like never before. After 4 years in which millions and millions of illegal aliens poured across our borders, totally unvetted and unchecked, we now have the strongest and most secure border in American history by far. In the past 9 months, 0 illegal aliens have been admitted to the United States.
Number one, there's no way he knows that. That's like ridiculous.
Probably true. That's probably true, Steve.
What?
Probably true that he does not.
But we will always allow people to come in legally.
And number
people
two,
that will love
when's
our
he gonna
country and will work
start
hard
rebuilding
to
the wall?
maintain our country.
Say that again, Steve.
I said, and when's he going to start construction on the wall again? That's what makes our border secure.
Yeah.
Right. The flow of deadly fentanyl across our border is down by a record.
Yes, and just to be clear, when I said aliens, I do not mean illegal aliens. I mean space aliens.
Oh, I was going to drink.
That's the only way I win. But you can drink anytime he says aliens. Go ahead and drink. But when I say he's going to mention the word aliens, I mean space aliens, not illegal. All right, back to it. Sorry.
56% in 1 year. And last year, the murder rate saw its single largest decline in recorded history. This is the biggest decline, think of it, in recorded history, the lowest number in over 125 years, year 1900. In fact, substantially before my wonderful father, I had a wonderful father, Fred, before he was born, substantially before he was born. That's a long time ago. He wouldn't like me to say that, but that's a long time ago. The Biden administration and its allies in Congress gave us the worst inflation in the history of our country. But in 12 months, my administration has driven core inflation down to the lowest level in more than 5 years. And in the last 3 months of 2025, it was down to 1.7%. Gasoline, which reached a peak of over $6 a gallon in some states under my predecessor, it was quite honestly a disaster, is now below $2.30 a gallon in most states, and in some places, $1.99 a gallon. And when I visited the great state of Iowa just a few weeks ago, I even saw $1.85 a gallon for gasoline. Mortgage rates are the lowest in 4 years and falling fast, and the annual cost of a typical new mortgage is down almost $5,000 just since I took office. 1 year. And low interest rates will solve the Biden-created housing problem well, at the same time protecting the values of those people who already own a house that really feel rich for the first time in their lives. We want to protect those values. We want to keep those values up. We're going to do both. And we are going to keep it that way. The stock market has set 53 all-time record highs since the election. Think of that. 1 year.
Arrest somebody.
Boosting pensions, 401ks, and retirement accounts for the millions and millions of Americans. They're all gaining. Everybody's up, way up. In 4 long years, the last administration got less than $1 trillion in new investment in the United States. And when I say less, substantially less. In 12 months, I secured commitments for more than $18 trillion pouring in from all over the globe. Think of it, much less than $1 trillion for 4 years versus much more than $18 trillion for 1 year. What a difference a president makes. A short time ago, we were a dead country. Now we are the hottest country anywhere.
What's that, Steve?
I said, unless you're talking about law enforcement, because he hasn't done crap.
Yeah.
In the world, the hottest.
California sucks. Gavin Newsom is calling environmental regulations.
As thousands of new businesses are forming in factories, plants, and laboratories are being built, we have added 70,000 new construction jobs in just a very short period of time. It's getting bigger and bigger and stronger. Nobody can believe what they're watching. American oil production is up by more than 600,000 barrels a day, and we just received from our new friend and partner, Venezuela, more than 80 million barrels of oil.
From our 51st state, Venezuela.
American natural gas production is at an all-time high because I kept my promise to drill, baby, drill. More Americans are working today than at any time in the history of our country. Think about that. Any time in the history of our country, more working today, and 100% of all jobs created under my administration have been in the private sector. We ended DEI in America. We cut a record number of job-killing regulations, and in 1 year, we have lifted 2.4 million Americans, a record, off of food stamps. And for all of these reasons, I say tonight, members of Congress, the state of our union is strong. Our country is winning again. In fact, we're winning so much that we really don't know what to do about it. People are asking me, please, 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 Mr. President, we're winning too much. We can't take it anymore. We're not used to winning in our country. Until you came along, we're just always losing, but now we're winning too much. And I say, no, 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 you're going to win again. You're going to win big. You're going to win bigger than ever. And to prove that point, here with us tonight is a group of winners who just made the entire nation proud. The men's gold medal Olympic hockey team. Come on in.
Told you would say hockey.
Well, that was a long.
Doc.
All right. We're better than you, Canada. Sorry, Darcy.
And no
Better
women.
than you in hockey.
No women's hockey team.
Well, in a sense, they are, Darren. They're the elected, bro. There's the union, buddy. That's cool. That's cool. There you go, guys. And the winning just keeps going. Seahawks, men's gold medal USA Olympic hockey. Don't tell me this isn't going to be a great year. As long as we got a streak fixed. That's cool. Come on, Steve. That makes you proud, doesn't it, Steve? Come on.
Hockey's not gay.
We beat the Canadians at their national game.
That's
just to
the
win
first
the
time I've
Germans
ever
and
seen them
theirs.
get up.
I'm happy
And
that
actually,
the U.S.
not
hockey
all of
team
them did
won
get up.
based on
But they
the
beat a fantastic Canadians
Canadians
team in
booing us.
overtime,
But
as
have a
everybody
little
saw.
class
As-
and wear a blazer when you appear in Washington 6.
Well, you know,
Have some
I think
class.
they wanted them to do that, but you're very grumpy tonight.
Doesn't matter. Have some
the
class.
American
We have no
women
class
who will
left
soon
in
be coming
America.
to the White House.
That's pretty cool.
Wow, the Democrats stood.
They were in the Oval Office before, and I just want to say a second very big congratulations to Team USA. But I have to say that, and I told them this, and we took a vote of the team. I said, anybody votes no, I'm not doing it. So they stood there and they weren't about to say no because I've never seen a goaltender play as well as goalie Connor Hellebuck.
Chewing gum.
Think of it, 46 shots on goal, and I asked him, the one shot, the one where you put your stick in the back and it hit the neck of your stick and bounced off. Do you practice that, or was that a little lucky? He refused to answer that question. But I just want to tell you that the members of this great hockey squad will be very happy to hear, based on their vote and my vote, and in this case, my vote was more important, that I will soon be presenting Connor with our highest civilian honor, which we will be given and which has been given to many athletes over the years. But when I say many, not too many, like 12, it's called the highest civilian honor in our country, the Presidential Medal of Freedom.
Wow. What do you think about that, Blake? Is that appropriate?
Not quite. I'd have to take a look, but on the surface, not really. But I'm very proud of them for winning the gold.
I'm very proud of the team for winning. I'm obviously behind the USA, but I think these Medal of Freedoms are total bullshit.
And I thought
you got people out there dying every day, doing what needs to be done to take care of this country, putting their life on the line. And and you get some sports dude gets the medal or some actor. It's ridiculous.
Fair point. Uh-oh, did Mike freeze?
Mike froze.
Uh-oh.
Yep, Mike's frozen.
Oh, and so is the feed. Okay, well, I guess. All right.
Only observation here. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Sorry, guys. If I freeze, I've got Cox cable. If I freeze, just hang in there. The stream will come back in a minute or two. Don't worry.
Well, we talk bad about you behind your back while you're frozen.
I heard it all. I can still see you guys. Shut up. Let's go.
I agree with you.
I'm also pleased to say that the next time the Olympic torch is lit, it will be here in America for the 2028 Olympics, and it's the summer version right in Los Angeles. We're going to do a good job in Los Angeles.
Yeah, I wonder what they're going to do with all the homeless people on the street and all the homeless stuff during the Olympics.
The Muslims do with the dogs in the World Cup.
And Los Angeles is going to be safe, just like Washington, D.C. is now one of the safest cities in the country.
Los Angeles sure isn't.
And this year, and I must say I got them both. I got them in my first term, and I was disappointed because I didn't think I'd be the president when this happened. But strange things took place. And now I've got them because I got the Olympics and I got the 2026 FIFA World Cup. And I wanted to claim the 250th, but I didn't get away with that one. I couldn't claim that one for myself. But we're getting the World Cup. So we have the World Cup and the Olympics coming. And that is exciting news. So this will be a year to celebrate our country and the heroes who have kept it free. Men like Buddy Taggart. At age 17, Buddy volunteered to defend America in World War II, serving in the Pacific under the great General Douglas MacArthur. He fought bravely in the famous Battle of Manila, worked so hard. He was badly wounded and almost killed by enemy machine guns in Luzon. And 81 years ago this month, he liberated the largest internment camp in the Philippines, one of the largest anywhere in the world. But he earned many honors, including a Purple Heart and a Bronze Star, came home, started a family, and tonight he is in the gallery looking forward to July 4th, 2026, his 100th birthday.
Kind of great for any time. Ooh.
Wow.
But he doesn't deserve a Medal of Freedom. He's not an athlete or a freaking actor.
So, buddy, you're a brave man, and we salute you. Even in times of challenge, setback, and immense heartache, the spirit of 1776 has always shone through very brightly. It was July 4th of last year when floodwaters tore through a girls' summer camp in Central Texas. One of the worst things I've ever seen. I was there, rising 26 feet in the matter of minutes, tragically claiming many, many lives. You all remember that one. As the waters threatened to sweep her away, 11-year-old Millie Kate McClelland closed her eyes and prayed to God. She thought she was going to die. Those prayers were answered when Coast Guard rescue swimmer Scott Ruskin descended from a helicopter above. Nobody knew where he came from. It was Scott's first ever rescue mission, a young guy, but very brave, very, very top, always top in his class. And he lifted not just Billy Kate, but 164 others to safety.
Wow.
But did he stop any rubber pucks from going into a net?
No, he didn't. And he didn't make any bad movies. Or sing any anti-American songs.
People watched Scott from a distance, and they couldn't believe what they were seeing. The winds were blowing, the rain was pouring, everything was going, and that rapid water, nobody's ever seen anything like it. They said, wow, that's something. Tonight, Scott and Millie Kate are here together, reunited for the very first time. Thank you, Scott, Millie Kate.
Did the Democrats stand for this one or no?
Yeah.
I like the kid who had cancer last time.
Yeah. And Petty Officer Ruskin, I'm pleased to inform you that I am now awarding you the Legion of Merit for extraordinary heroism, which is what it was, extraordinary heroism. Thank you.
Wow, look at that.
And I'd like to have the military aide to please come down and take care of the service. Military aid, thank you very much. Take care of that very important service. Thank you very much.
There's a voice
From
lagging behind the
1776
video.
to today, every generation of Americans has stepped forward to defend life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And they're really doing it for the next generation. But now it's our turn. Together, we're building a nation where every child has the chance to reach higher and go further, where government answers to the people, not the powerful, and where the interests of hardworking American citizens are always our first and ultimate concern. That is the debt we owe to the heroes who came before us, and that is the promise we must keep to America for our 250th year. Last year, I urged this Congress to begin the mission by passing the largest tax cuts in American history, and our Republican majorities delivered so beautifully. Thank you, Republicans. All Democrats, every single one of them, voted against these really important and very necessary massive tax cuts.
Oh, look how proud they are.
They wanted large-scale tax increases to hurt the people instead. But we held strong, and with the great, big,
Right in the
beautiful bill,
nuts, Chuck.
we
How
gave
do you like
you
that
no
one?
tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security for our great seniors.
Thank you, Laura. We love you. Do it. Do more of it.
And we also made interest on auto loans tax deductible the first time, but only if the car is made in America.
Yeah. That's smart. Get the Puddle Trail box, Tom. I don't come over and kick your ass.
Recently in
what?
Pennsylvania, I met Megan Hemhauser, a devoted
calm
mom
down?
who
I said don't get about
homeschools
it.
her children.
Get your ass.
Beautiful, 2 children. During the day while waiting tables at night, as her husband works overtime, operating very heavy equipment. Megan is here this evening, and she's happy to tell you that she is so much richer because with no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and her expanded child tax credit done again by Republicans, Megan and her husband will take home more than $5,000 extra just for the year, cutting her tax bill in more than half. Megan,
Well,
please stand
considering
up.
what they
We're fighting
steal
for
every
you, Megan.
year,
So,
we shouldn't be paying hardly any taxes at all.
Yeah, you know, it seems like he's depending on people getting these big, shocking tax returns to get them in a good mood about the economy. Don't you think that's kind of what he's banking on here, guys? Or what do you think, Brooks?
Well, I guess so.
Well, I don't know. I'm gonna have to pay a bunch in. I gotta meet with my accountant on Thursday.
Nobody
Probably-
believes me,
probably
but
to
I
pay
did
about
not name
15
it. It was
grand
named
in.
by a very tall man.
Well, the issue I have is we know that trillions and trillions of
Nice
dollars
standing
have been
good man.
stolen and wasted. And if they can waste and steal that kind of money, we should not be paying the taxes that we're paying.
I agree.
Not by a long.
Okay,
Okay,
I'll do a tax revolt this year.
you hound Hellwig, just calm down, okay? All right, back to the stream.
Tax-free investment accounts for every American child. This is something that's so special and has taken off and gone through the roof. Millions will be pre-funded courtesy of the U.S. Treasury and private individuals like Michael and Susan Dell, who have donated $6.25 billion to fund the Trump accounts for 25 million American children.
Wow.
They're great people.
They could have gave me a couple $100
I asked
grand.
Michael Dell, how do you make all that money? He said, well, I just sat on my dorm in school and I made computers and I'd sell them to people. And I just kept selling and selling and selling. And pretty amazing story. That's called the American dream. He sold a lot of computers, a lot of those laptops. So I congratulate him on that. But I really thank him and Susan, as well as others like Brad Gerstner, a very tremendous guy. He was behind it right from the beginning. Brad Gerstner. Thank you, Brad.
Yeah, well, I agree with you. Government
So with modest additional contributions,
Not a penny.
these young people's accounts could grow to over $100,000 or more by the time they turn 18. Think of it. How much money is that for somebody that started with nothing? Over 100,000, could be much more than that. To make this investment in our children's future, go to trumpaccounts.gov, trumpaccounts.gov. And a lot of people are doing it. They're setting every record in the book. It's popular. They knew what it was going to take. I'm so proud of them. I'm so proud of the people that got it started. And now it's just taken off. One of the primary reasons for our country's stunning economic turnaround, the biggest in history, where the Dow Jones broke 50,000 4 years ahead of schedule, and the S&P hit 7,000, where it wasn't supposed to do it for many years, were tariffs. I used these tariffs, took in hundreds of billions of dollars to make great deals for our country, both economically and on a national security basis. Everything was working well. Countries that were ripping us off for decades are now paying us hundreds of billions of dollars. They were ripping us so badly. You
There
all
we
know
go.
that. Everybody knows it. Even the Democrats know it. They just don't want to say it. And yet these countries are now happy, and so are we. We made deals. The deals are all done. And they're happy. They're not making money like they used to, but we're making a lot of money. There was no inflation, tremendous growth. And the big story was how Donald Trump called the economy correctly, and 22 Nobel Prize winners in economics didn't. They got it totally wrong. They got it really wrong. And then just 4 days ago, an unfortunate ruling from the United States Supreme Court just
Bingo.
came down. It came down. Very unfortunate ruling. But the good news is that almost all countries and corporations want to keep the deal that they already made, right, Scott? Knowing that the legal power that I, as president, have to make a new deal could be far worse for them, and therefore they will continue to work along the same successful path that we had negotiated before the
Did he
Supreme
freeze again?
Court's unfortunate involvement. So despite the disappointing ruling,
Fuck this
these
guy.
powerful
There's
countries
another
saving-
kick in the
it's
nuts.
saving our country, the kind of money we're taking in. Peace protecting. Many of the wars I settled was because of the threat of tariffs. I wouldn't have been able to settle them without. Will remain in place under fully approved and tested alternative legal statutes. And they have been tested for a long time. They're a little more complex, but they're actually probably better, leading to a solution that will be even stronger than before. Congressional action will not be necessary. It's already time-tested and approved. And as time goes by, I believe the tariffs paid for by foreign countries will, like in the past, substantially replace the modern-day system of income tax, taking a great financial burden off the people that I love.
Let's fucking do that. I got right in their faces.
Right? Moving forward, factories, jobs, investment, and trillions of dollars will continue pouring into the United States of America because we finally have a president who puts America first. I put America first. I love America. For decades before I came along, we had the exact opposite. From trade to healthcare, from energy to immigration, everything was stolen and rigged in order to drain the wealth out of the productive, hardworking people who make our country great, who make our country run. Under Biden and his corrupt partners in Congress and beyond, it reached a breaking point with the Green New scam, open borders for everyone. They poured in by the millions and millions from prisons, from mental institutions. They were murderers, 11,888 murders. They came into our country. You allowed that to happen. And record-setting inflation that
Oh, look,
cost
it's an orc.
the typical family $34,000 in just
To the State of the
a speck of time. Now, the same people in this chamber who voted for those disasters suddenly used the word affordability, a word they just used it. Somebody gave it to them, knowing full well that they caused and created the increased prices that all of our citizens had to endure. You caused that problem. You caused that problem.
That's the face of genocidal mania right there. That is Che Guevara 2.0. That fucker ever gets to this power, boom, that's the face of a psychopath.
They knew their statements were a lie. They knew it. They knew their statements were a dirty, rotten lie. Their policies created the high prices. Our policies are rapidly ending them. We are doing really well. Those prices are plummeting downward.
Oh, Pocahontas, come on.
The price of eggs
Not the
is down
Pocahontas.
60%. Madam Secretary, thank you. The cost of chicken, butter, fruit, hotels, automobiles,
It's way
rent
more dangerous
is lower
than that.
today than when I took office by a lot. And even beef, which was very high, is starting to come down significantly. Just hold on a little while. We're getting it down. And soon you will see numbers that few people would think were possible to achieve just a short time ago. Nobody can believe when they see the kind of numbers, and especially energy, when they see energy going down to numbers like that, they cannot believe it. It's like another big tax cut. I'm also confronting one of the biggest ripoffs of our times, the crushing cost of health care caused by you. Since the passage of the Unaffordable Care Act, sometimes referred to as Obamacare, big insurance companies have gotten rich. It was meant for the insurance companies, not for the people. With our government giving them hundreds and hundreds of billions of dollars a year as their stock prices soared 1,000, 1,200, 1,400, and even 1,700%, like nothing else. That's why I introduced the great healthcare plan. I want to stop all payments to big insurance companies and instead give that money directly to the people so they can buy their own health care, which will be better health care at a much lower cost.
Warnock.
In addition, my plan requires maximum price transparency. That's a big deal. Sounds so simple, so big. And I did that in my first term, and the Democrats immediately terminated it with full knowledge that they were doing a very bad thing for the people. Costs were going to go way up, and that's what happened. And now I'm bringing them way down on healthcare and everything else. I'm also ending the wildly inflated cost of prescription drugs like has never happened before. Other presidents tried to do it, but they never could. They tried. Most didn't try, actually. But they tried. They said they tried. They couldn't do it. They didn't even come close. They were all talk and no action, but I got it done. Under my just enacted most favored nation agreements, Americans who have for decades paid by far the highest prices of any nation anywhere in the world for prescription drugs will now pay the lowest price anywhere in the world for drugs. Anywhere, the lowest price.
The drug takers, by the way, I'm on narcotics.
So in my first year of the second term, should be my third term, but strange things happen. I took prescription drugs, a very big part of healthcare, from the highest price in the entire world to the lowest. That's a big achievement. The result is price differences of 300, 400, 500, 600% and more, all available right now at a new website called TrumpRx.gov. And I didn't name that one either, by the way.
How about stopping
And
the
here
doctors
tonight is
from
the very
prescribing
first
useless
customer ever to
medication that
get
just makes things
that big
worse for
discount,
everybody
and it is big.
and start curing stuff instead of
Sorry,
giving
repeat
them
that.
prescription
Repeat that.
medication that makes it worse
No,
over
no,
time.
take that from the top, Steve. Go ahead. Sorry.
I
Say
said,
that.
how about reforming the medical and I said, how about reforming the medical industry? Let's get rid of all these useless drugs that do nothing but cause you to take more prescription drugs and, you know, totally do away with 99% of them because they're useless. They don't cure anything. They just make your situation worse.
Right? There's no money in cures. There's only money in treatment.
Exactly. But why, if you want to do something, reform the
she
system.
and her husband have.
What's that? All right. Gonna go.
I said, if you want to do
Struggled
something,
with
reform the
infertility.
system.
Yep.
And they turned to IVF. One drug has been costing Catherine $4,000 to purchase. But a few weeks ago, she logged onto the Trump RX website and got that same drug that cost $4,000, got it for under $500, a reduction of much more, actually, than $3,500. Catherine, we are all praying for you, and you're going to be a great mom. So now I'm calling on Congress to codify my most favored nation program into law. Now, the one thing I'm not sure it matters because it's going to be very hard for somebody that comes along after me to say, let's raise drug prices by 700 or 800%. But John and Mike, if you don't mind, codify it anyway. They may do it. Codify it anyway. Thank you. Many Americans are also concerned that energy demand from AI data centers could unfairly drive up their electric utility bills. Tonight, I'm pleased to announce that I have negotiated the new Ratepayer Protection Pledge. You know what that is? We're telling the major tech companies that they have the obligation to provide for their own power needs. They can build their own power plants as part of their factory so that no one's prices will go up. And in many cases, prices of electricity will go down for the community and very substantially down. This is a unique strategy never used in this country before. We have an old grid. It could never handle the kind of numbers, the amount of electricity that's needed. So I'm telling them they can build their own plant. They're going to produce their own electricity. It will ensure the company's ability to get electricity while at the same time lowering prices of electricity for you and could be very substantial for all of you cities and towns. You're going to see some good things happen over the next number of years. Another pillar of the American dream that has been under attack is home ownership. With us tonight is Rachel Wiggins, a mom of two from Houston. She placed bids on 20 homes and lost all of those bids to gigantic investment firms that bypassed inspection, paid all cash, and turned those houses into rentals, stealing away her American dream. She was devastated. Stories like this are why last month I signed executive order to ban large Wall Street investment firms from buying up in the thousands single-family homes. And now I'm asking Congress to make that ban permanent because homes for people, really, that's what we want. We want homes for people, not for corporations. Corporations are doing just fine. Rachel, thank you very much. Good luck with your home. You'll get one soon. We're also working to make it easier for Americans to save for retirement. And under this administration, we will always protect Social Security and Medicare. They are not protecting it for our seniors. We will always protect Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid. Since I took office, the typical 401k balance is up by at least $30,000. $100,000. That's a lot of money. We have millions and millions of people, because the stock market has done so well, setting all those records. Your 401ks are way up. Yet half of all of working Americans still do not have access to a retirement plan with matching contributions from an employer. To remedy this gross disparity, I'm announcing that next year my administration will give these oft-forgotten American workers, great people, the people that built our country, access to the same type of retirement plan offered to every federal worker. We will match your contribution with up to $1,000 each year. As we ensure that all Americans can profit from a rising stock market, let's also ensure that members of Congress cannot corruptly profit from using insider information.
Wow.
Standing. They don't mean it when they're clapping.
They stood up for that. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Did Nancy Pelosi stand up if she's here? Pass the Stop Insider Trading Act without delay.
Yeah, Rosenthal.
Uh-oh. People are getting mad.
Shouldn't be in there with your Ukraine
There are
flag on.
Republicans that are doing the same damn thing,
I'm
so
very impressed.
it's not
Thank
like
you.
it's
I'm very
one-sided.
impressed. But when it comes to the corruption that is plundering, it's plundering America. There's been no more stunning example than Minnesota, where members of the Somali community have pillaged an estimated $19 billion from the American taxpayer. Oh, we have all the information. And in actuality, the number is much higher than that. And California, Massachusetts, Maine, and many other states are even worse. This is the kind of corruption that shreds the fabric of a nation, and we are working on it like you wouldn't believe. So tonight, although started 4 months ago, I am officially announcing the war on fraud to be led by our great Vice President, J.D. Vance.
Yeah, there you go.
We'll get it done. And if we're able to find enough of that fraud, we will actually have a balanced budget overnight. It'll go very quickly. That's the kind of money you're talking about. We'll balance our budget. The Somali pirates who ransacked Minnesota remind us that there are large parts of the world where bribery, corruption, and lawlessness are the norm, not the exception. Importing these cultures through unrestricted immigration and open borders brings those problems right here to the USA.
Right on.
And it is the American people
Watch
who pay
her
the
hair
price
catch
in
on
higher
fire if
medical
she had
bills,
any.
car insurance rates, rent, taxes, and perhaps most importantly, crime. We will take care of this problem. We're going to take care of this problem. We are not playing
Oh,
games.
look at her.
Delilah.
Wow.
Wearing her Yasser Arafat shirt.
On national TV with that F word.
Yeah. Along with her Yasser Arafat shirt.
Delilah Colvin was only 5 years old in June
Muslims need to go.
2024 when a 18-wheel tractor trailer plowed into her stopped car traveling at 60 miles an hour or more. The driver was an illegal alien let in by Joe Biden and given a commercial driver's license by open borders politicians in California. Doctors said Delilah would never be able to walk or talk, have a good life. She wouldn't even be able to eat again. But against all odds, she is now in the first grade learning to walk. And she's here this evening with her dad, Marcus, a fantastic man. Delilah, please, you are a great inspiration. Please stand up. Thank you, Delilah. Many, if not most, illegal aliens do not speak English and cannot read even the most basic road signs as to direction, speed, danger, or location. That's why tonight I'm calling on Congress to pass what we will call the Delilah Law, barring any state from granting commercial driver's licenses to illegal aliens.
Right on.
And yesterday, as you probably saw at the White House, I hosted a ceremony with Americans who lost their treasured loved ones to the scourge of illegal immigration. People came into our country, how we allowed this to happen.
Yeah, that freeze.
With our open borders. These are the angel moms and families that for decades our government betrayed and our media totally ignored. It was terrible. Hard to believe, actually. In 2023, a 16-year-old high school cheerleader named Elizabeth Medina was supposed to perform in her town's Christmas parade, but she never arrived. Her mother, Jacqueline, went home to look for her, and she found her lying dead in a bathtub, bleeding profusely after being stabbed 25 times. Elizabeth's killer was a previously arrested illegal alien who had broken in and brutally extinguished the brightest light in her family's life, violently and viciously. Her heartbroken mother is in the gallery to remind everyone in this chamber exactly why we are deporting illegal alien criminals to our country at record numbers, and we're getting them the hell out of here fast. We don't want them. Thank you very much, Jacqueline. Thank you. We can never forget that many in this room not only allowed the border invasion to happen before I got involved, but indeed they would do it all over again if they ever had the chance. If they ever got elected, they would open up those borders to some of the worst criminals anywhere in the world. The only thing standing between Americans and a wide open border right now is President Donald J. Trump and our great Republican patriots in Congress. Thank you. Thank you. As we speak, Democrats in this chamber have cut off all funding for the Department of Homeland Security. It's all cut off. It's all cut off. They have instituted another Democrat shutdown, the first one costing us 2 points on GDP. 2 points we lost on GDP, which probably made them quite happy, actually. Now they have closed the agency responsible for protecting Americans from terrorists and murderers. Tonight I'm demanding the full and immediate restoration of all funding for the border security, homeland security of the United States, and also for helping people clean up their snow. We have no money because of the Democrats, and it would be nice. We'd love to give you a hand at cleaning it up, but you gave no money. Nobody's getting paid. It's a shame. So you have to think about it. We have, in case you didn't know, a pretty large snowstorm out there. One of the great things about the State of the Union is how it gives Americans the chance to see clearly what their representatives really believe. So tonight, I'm inviting every legislature to join with my administration in reaffirming a fundamental principle. If you agree with this statement, then stand up and show your support. The first duty of the American government is to protect American citizens, not illegal aliens.
Wow.
Fetterman, is that Fetterman's name?
I love it. President Trump just puts them on display. Losers. Longest applause of the night.
The problem is all the libs really believe that the American citizen comes last, not first.
That's right.
Yeah, they're the ones that are vote for
They
him.
got a lot of people out there backing them up on that.
Wow. Bad luck for them. That's good. They deserve it.
They all look like they smell a nasty doo-doo.
That's all right. Their staff is out there right now just dialing for dollars as fast as they can.
Hey, Elwig, how about that one in the red right there in the Georgia? Looks like a good kind of girl.
She's been standing for everything.
Isn't that a shame? You should be ashamed of yourself not standing up. You should be ashamed of yourself. That is why I'm also asking you to end deadly sanctuary cities that protect the criminals and enact serious penalties for public officials who block the removal of
Somebody needs to
criminal
drag her
aliens,
ass out.
Yeah, they're going to throw her out.
drug lords,
The
murderers
sergeant
all
at
over our
arms needs to
country.
throw
They're
her out.
blocking the removal of these people out
Shut
of our
up.
country, and you should be ashamed of yourself.
Both of you.
Yes, Omar needs escorted out. Al Green's already been thrown out, so now they're going to throw her out.
Her and her buddy next to her.
Rashida Tlaib,
And perhaps
the
most
congresswoman from
importantly,
Palestine.
I'm asking you to approve the Save America Act. To stop illegal aliens and others who are unpermitted persons from voting in our sacred American elections. The cheating is rampant in our elections. It's rampant. It's very simple. All voters must show voter ID.
Demon, murderous demon. Right there. That his face, organic. He
All
scares me
voters
to
must
look at it.
show proof of citizenship in order to vote.
Read you the census.
And no more crooked mail-in ballots except for illness, disability, military, or travel. None. And this should be an easy one. And by the way, it's polling at 89%, including Democrats. 89%. And even the new communist mayor of New York City, I think he's a nice guy, actually. Speak to him a lot. Bad policy, but nice guy. Just said they want people to shovel snow. They got hit hard. Wants them to shovel snow, but if you apply for that job, you need to show 2 original forms of ID and a social security card. Yet they don't want identification for the greatest privilege of them all, voting in America. No, it's no good. No good. Both Republicans and Democrats overwhelmingly agree on the policy that we just enunciated. And Congress should unite and enact this common sense, country-saving legislation right now, and it should be before anything else happens. And the reason they don't want to do it, why would anybody not want voter ID? One reason, because they want to cheat. There's only one reason. They make up all excuses. They say it's racist. They come up with things. You almost say, what imagination they have. They want to cheat. They have cheated. And their policy is so bad that the only way they can get elected is to cheat. And we're going to stop it. We have to stop it.
There you go, Dickie Durbin.
And here is one more opportunity to show common sense in government. In the gallery tonight are Sage Blair and her mother, Michelle. In 2021, Sage was 14 when school officials in Virginia sought to socially transition her to a new gender, treating her as a boy and hiding it from her parents. Hard to believe, isn't it? Before long, a confused Sage ran away from home after she was found in a horrific situation in Maryland. A left-wing judge refused to return Sage to her parents because they did not immediately state that their daughter was their son. Sage was thrown into an all-boys state home and suffered terribly for a long time. But today, all of that is behind them because Sage is a wonderful young woman with a full ride scholarship to Liberty.
That's a man,
University.
baby.
Sage and
It's a
Michelle,
dude.
please stand up. And thank you for your great bravery. And who can believe that we're even speaking about things like this? 15 years ago, if somebody was up here and said that, they'd say, what's wrong with him? But now we have to say it because it's going on all over numerous states without even telling the parents. But surely we can all agree no state can be allowed to rip children from their parents' arms and transition them to a new gender against the parents' will. Who would believe that we're even talking about it? We must ban it, and we must ban it immediately.
Again, standing.
Look, nobody stands up. These people are crazy. I'm telling you, they're crazy.
Kick their ass.
Amazing. Boy, oh boy. We're lucky we have a country. With people like this, Democrats are destroying our country, but we've stopped it just in the nick of time, didn't we?
You guys are taking it up the butt right now. The last half an hour, Trump has been
Absolutely.
It's more about protecting America's youth than our wonderful First Lady. Now a movie star. She's a movie star. Can you believe it? Who would have believed that? Over the past year, she has had an incredible impact championing AI legislation, advancing a landmark executive order on foster care, and helping secure $30 million to launch the Melania Trump Foster Youth to Independence Initiative. It's a tremendous, really a tremendous thing that happened and had a lot of bipartisan support. She gets much better bipartisan support than I do. I get none. She gets a lot. Someday you're going to have to tell me how you did that. And students and educators in every state have joined the First Lady's efforts in the presidential AI challenge, keeping America's next generation positioned to succeed and strongly succeed in the future. Tonight, we welcome two young people whose lives reflect the First Lady's impact, Sierra Burns and Everest Nevermont. Thank you both, and Melania, thank you. I know how hard you worked on it. Thank you very much. I'm very proud to say that during my time in office, both the first 4 years and in particular this last year, there has been a tremendous renewal in religion, faith, Christianity, and belief in God. Tremendous renewal. This is especially true among young people, and a big part of that had to do with my great friend, Charlie Kirk, a great guy, great man. So last year, Charlie was violently murdered by an assassin and martyred, really martyred for his beliefs. His wonderful wife, Erica, is with us tonight. Erica, please stand.
I'm not a big fan of Erica.
Thank you, Erica. Been through a lot. In Charlie's memory, we must all come together to reaffirm that America is one nation under God, and we must totally reject political violence of any kind.
Well,
left is standing up. All right. Wow.
We love religion, and we love bringing it back, and it's coming back at levels that nobody actually thought possible. It's really a beautiful thing
Somebody
to
must
see.
have texted them.
Above
in the
all,
chamber
unleashing America's
that
promise
they're
requires
running
keeping our community
live
safe.
action polls.
We have made
They must have
incredible
texted them, "You
strides,
guys
yet
are getting your
dangerous
asses kicked,
repeat
start
offenders
standing." I
continue
swear
to be
God,
released by
I bet you that's what's happening.
pro-crime
Probably
Democrat
right.
politicians again and again. We're honored to be joined tonight by a woman who's been through hell, Anya Zuretska. In 2022, she and her beautiful daughter, so beautiful, what a beautiful young woman, Irina, fled war-torn Ukraine to live with relatives near Charlotte, North Carolina. And by the way, what's going on with Charlotte? Last
yeah.
summer, 23-year-old Irina was riding home on the train when a deranged monster who had been arrested over a dozen times and was released through no cash bail stood up and viciously slashed a knife through her neck and body. No one will ever forget. There were people on that train. No one will ever forget the expression of terror on Irina's face as she looked up at her attacker in the last seconds of her life. She died instantly. She had escaped a brutal war only to be slain by a hardened criminal set free to kill in America, came in through open borders. Mrs. Zuretska, tonight I promise you we will ensure justice for your magnificent daughter, Irina.
I just call out the name of Jesus Christ, and, like, civil up and helps.
The only justice would be to put that
How do you not
SOB to
stand?
death in the
How do you
same
not
way he put
stand?
the girl to
I'm
death.
asking this Congress to pass tough legislation to ensure that violent and dangerous repeat offenders are put behind bars, and importantly, that they stay there. Starting last summer, I deployed our National Guard and federal law enforcement to restore law and order to our most dangerous cities, including Memphis, Tennessee, big success, New Orleans, Louisiana, big success, and our nation's capital itself, Washington, D.C., where we have almost no crime anymore in Washington, D.C. How did that happen? In fact, crime in Washington.
They have lots of
is
crime in
now at the
Washington,
lowest
D.C. They just
level
don't
ever
have
recorded, and murders
crime
in
on the
D.C. this
street.
January
That
were
room is
down
full of people that need
close
to be prosecuted and imprisoned.
That's exactly right.
Well, you know, this guy was imprisoned and then a Democrat let him out. So
Yeah.
he can go
No,
kill-
we're talking about. He said there's no crime in D.C. Bullshit.
Oh,
There's all
yeah.
kinds of crime in D.C. and it's all these people you see sitting right there.
Well, that's true. Okay.
Kleptocrats, yeah.
to 100% from a year ago. They don't like to hear that. One of the sick people, one of the brave service members who helped achieve this stunning turnaround was 20-year-old West Virginia Army National Guard Specialist Sarah Beckstrom. After a 4-month deployment, she voluntarily extended her service, and her rank was going to be lifted. She was doing so well. They were so proud of her. But the very next day, she was on patrol near the White House when she was ambushed and shot in the head by a terrorist monster from Afghanistan. Shouldn't have been in our country. And all because she wore the uniform of our nation, she was shot. He traveled here because he didn't like people wearing our uniform. He was sick and deranged, shouldn't have been in our country. Sarah Beckstrom died in order to defend our capital, and we are honored to be joined by her wonderful parents, Gary and Eva Lee. Your daughter was a true American patriot, and she will be greatly missed. She was a great person. I saw reports on her that never see anything like her.
Yeah, seriously, Marcy Howell and Ken could have a field day getting involved with the Monica Patrick's in that Capitol building right there.
So sorry. Thank you very much. A great young lady. I saw reports that were like, perfect. She was perfect. Serving alongside Sarah that day was Staff Sergeant Andrew Wolf. The terrorist shot Andrew in the head, and no one thought he could possibly make it. The two of them, Sarah and Andrew, both shot violently in the head. Neither was expected to make it. They weren't even given a chance, except his wonderful mother, named Melanie, who I spoke to the same night. And she was so positive. The doctors thought that Andrew was gone. But his mother said, no, Mr. President, Andrew will be fine. He's going to make it. I've never seen anything like it. I mean, he was given almost no chance. She said, I have no doubt, sir, he's going to be okay. This was a conversation that I had with her that night, with her son laying helplessly in bed, blood all over. Everybody is praying, she said, sir, he will be okay. The doctors didn't understand what she was saying. And after looking at the results of the damage done, neither did I. She was so strong and conclusive that even Andrew's great father felt she didn't really understand the gravity of the situation. But she turned out to be right. Right, Melanie? She turned out to be right.
There he is. Wow.
What'd they do? Discharge him?
Amazing, actually. I said, where does this woman come from? She's the most positive person I've ever met. With God's help, Andrew has battled back from the edge of death, and we're talking about the edge of death, on his way to a miraculous recovery. He's got a little work to do, but he's doing great. Nice to see you. He's a good-looking guy. Nice to see you. Thanks, Andrew. Thank you very much. So, Andrew, while you're up, now I'm going to ask a highly respected General James Seward to present Staff Sergeant Andrew Wolf and the great family of Sarah Beckstrom with the award created by our late great President George Washington himself. It's called the Purple Heart.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I'm assuming he's got some kind of brain damage.
Yeah.
We love you all. Love you. We're proudly restoring safety for Americans at home, and we are also restoring security for Americans abroad. Our country has never been stronger. My first 10 months, I ended 8 wars, including Cambodia. Isn't it funny? You're sick people. Cambodia and Thailand.
You're sick people.
Pakistan and India would have been a nuclear war. 35 million people said the Prime Minister of Pakistan would have died if it were not for my involvement. Kosovo and Serbia, Israel and Iran, Egypt and Ethiopia, Armenia and Azerbaijan, the Congo and Rwanda, and of course the war in Gaza, which proceeds at a very low level. It's just about there. And I want to thank Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner for your help. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Jared.
I don't like him either.
And I also want to thank the man they report to, Secretary of State Marco Rubio. Thank you, Marco. People like you. You know, Marco got 100% of the votes when he was in confirmation. I think our next one was about 54%. And some of the Democrats are now saying, I can't believe we approved that guy. And he said it's an honor that they feel that way, right, Marco? You have done a great job, great Secretary of State. I think he'll go down as the best ever. Under the ceasefire I negotiated, every single hostage, both living and dead, has been returned home. Can you believe that? Nobody thought it was possible. Nobody thought that was possible. Both living and dead. And those parents who had a dead son, their boy, they'd always tell me their boy, they wanted him as much as though he were living. That was an amazing period of time. And they came back, and when we got all of the living hostages back, and many, many before them, but I always said those last 20 are going to be very tough, but we got many, many more, hundreds. But I said those last 20 are going to be tough. We got them back, but we only got back 14 or 15 of the dead of the 28. And believe it or not, Hamas worked along with Israel and they dug and they dug and they dug. It's a tough thing to do, going through bodies all over, passing up 100 bodies sometimes for each one that they found. Tough job. And they finally got it back to 27. And then Steve and Jared, they got it back to 28. They found all 28. Nobody thought that was possible, but we did it. And I remember the family of the 28th. They were so grieved, but they were so happy as it's possible to be. They had their boy back. The mother said, "Sir, we have our boy back." What a period of time that was, but we got them all back. So thank you both very much. Great job. And we're working very hard to end the ninth war, the killing and slaughter between Russia and Ukraine, where 25,000 soldiers are dying each and every month. Think of that, 25,000 soldiers are dying a month. A war which would have never happened if I were president, would have never happened. As president, I will make peace wherever I can, but I will never hesitate to confront threats to America wherever we must. That's why in a breakthrough operation last June, the United States military obliterated Iran's nuclear weapons program with an attack on Iranian soil known as Operation Midnight Hammer.
All he has to do is take out London, because London is quickly
For
becoming
decades, it had been the
completely
policy of the
Muslim, and
United
they
States
have
never
access
allow
to
Iran
nuclear
obtain
weapons.
a nuclear weapon. Many decades. Since they seized control of that proud nation 47 years ago, the regime and its murderous proxies have spread nothing but terrorism and death and hate. They've killed and maimed thousands of American service members and hundreds of thousands and even millions of people with what's called roadside bombs. They were the kings of the roadside bomb. And we took out Soleimani. I did that during my first term. Had a huge impact. He was the father of the roadside bomb. And just over the last couple of months with the protests, they've killed at least, it looks like 32,000 protesters, 32,000 protesters in their own country. They shot them and hung them. We stopped them from hanging a lot of them with the threat of serious violence. But this is some terrible people. They've already developed missiles that can threaten Europe and our bases overseas, and they're working to build missiles that will soon reach the United States of America. After Midnight Hammer, they were warned to make no future attempts to rebuild their weapons program, and in particular, nuclear weapons. Yet they continue, starting it all over. We wiped it out, and they want to start all over again, and are at this moment again pursuing their sinister ambitions. We are in negotiations with them. They want to make a deal, but we haven't heard those secret words. We will never have a nuclear weapon. My preference.
Good.
My preference is to solve this problem through diplomacy. But one thing is certain, I will never allow the world's #1 sponsor of terror, which they are by far, to have a nuclear weapon. Can't let that happen. And no nation should ever doubt America's resolve. We have the most powerful military on earth. I rebuilt the military in my first term. We're going to continue to do so also just approved a $1 trillion budget. We have no choice. We have to be strong because hopefully we will seldom have to use this great power that we built together. It's really called Peace Through Strength, and it's been very, very effective. So thanks to Republicans in Congress, we're investing that record number of dollars, have no choice, in the United States Armed Forces. Also creating a lot of jobs, but we're not even doing it for that reason. Because as I said, we have more jobs, more people working today than ever before in the history of our country. And NATO countries are friends and allies. They are. They're our friends and they're our allies. They've just agreed at my very strong request to pay 5% of GDP for military defense rather than the 2%, which they weren't paying. We were paying for almost all of NATO. Now they're paying 5 as opposed to not paying 2. And getting that 5% was something which everyone said would never be done, could not happen. We got it really easily, one meeting. And big difference between 2% that's not paid. We were paying the freight of many of them. Very few were paid up. Now 5%, then they're paid. And everything we send over to Ukraine is sent through NATO, and they pay us in full. They pay us totally in full. Every branch of our armed forces is setting records for recruitment. This is so exciting. And every service member recently. And every service member recently received a warrior dividend of $1,776. You know, they put it on my desk. We got the money from tariffs and other things, a lot of money we have. We have much more money than people understand. Have to rebuild that program a little bit, but it won't take long. But we got the money, and it was $1,775, and they wanted my approval. And I said, what's the number? $1,775. I said, wait a minute, for $1 more, we can have $1,776. It's going to. I said, we're going to figure that. I never asked anybody if we could afford it. $1 more, I said $1,776. And I said, that's good. And I'll tell you what, our military, that was 4 months ago, our military, I never see a person in the military that doesn't thank me for it. So we're honored to do it. They deserve it. And we call it 1776. It was great. And we love our military. We love our law enforcement. We love our firemen. You know, the firemen don't get mentioned enough. We love our firemen. We're also...
Stand up for the firemen.
We're also restoring American security and dominance in the Western Hemisphere, acting to secure our national interests and defend our country from violence, drugs, terrorism, and foreign interference. For years, large swaths of territory in our region, including large parts of Mexico, really large parts of Mexico, have been controlled by murderous drug cartels. That's why I designated these cartels as foreign terrorist organizations, and I declared illicit fentanyl as a weapon of mass destruction. And with our new military campaign, we have stopped record amounts of drugs coming into our country and virtually stopped it completely coming in by water or sea. You probably noticed that. We very seriously damaged their fishing industry also. Nobody wants to go fishing anymore. We've also taken down one of the most sinister cartel kingpins of all. You saw that yesterday. In January, In January, elite American warriors carried out one of the most complex, spectacular feats of military competence and power in world history. No one's seen anything like it. Foreign leaders, I won't tell you who, called me and they said, very impressive. They couldn't believe, they all watched. They saw what happened. This is a different fighting force that we had years ago when we fought to die. You know, it's a great fighting force. I'm so proud of it. Look at Space Force. Space Force is my baby, because we did that. My baby is becoming so important. And America's armed forces overwhelmed all defenses and utterly defeated an enemy, good fighters, to end the reign of outlaw dictator Nicolas Maduro and bring him to face American justice. And this was an absolutely colossal victory for the security of the United States, and it also opens up a bright new beginning for the people of Venezuela. We're working closely with the new president of Venezuela, Delcy Rodriguez, to unleash extraordinary economic gains for both of our countries and to bring new hope to those who have suffered so terribly. They really did suffer. With us tonight is Alejandro Gonzalez. She grew up in a tight-knit Venezuelan family and was especially close to her beloved uncle Enrique. But after Enrique ran for office and opposed Maduro, he was kidnapped by Maduro's security forces and thrown into the regime's really infamous prison in Caracas. Alejandro feared she would never see her uncle again. She feared for her own life also. But since the raid, we have worked with the new leadership, and they have ordered the closure of that vile prison and released hundreds of political prisoners already, with more to come. Alejandro, I'm pleased to inform you that not only has your uncle been released, but he is here tonight. We brought him over to celebrate his freedom with you in person. Enrique, please come down.
Yeah. Wow.
Thank you, Enrique. Have a good time. Nice to have you back, Enrique. There were many heroes on that January raid to capture Maduro. Really great heroes. It was very dangerous. They knew we were coming. They were all set. But the deeds of one warrior that night will live forever in the eternal chronicles of military valor. Chief Warrant Officer 5, Eric Slover, planned the mission and was the flight lead in the cockpit of the first helicopter. A big, beautiful, powerful helicopter. It was a massive Chinook carrying, as you can imagine, many, many American warfighters. Wearing the dog tags, his wife Amy had blessed with holy water before he left. She knew it was going to be a rough one. Eric steered the Chinook under the cover of night and descended swiftly upon Maduro's heavily protected military fortress. This was a major military installation, protected by thousands of soldiers and guarded by Russian and Chinese military technology. How did that work out? Not too good. While preparing to land, enemy machine guns fired from every angle, and Eric was hit very badly in the leg and hip, one bullet after another. He absorbed 4 agonizing shots, shredding his leg into numerous pieces. And yet, despite the fact that the use of his legs was vital to successful helicopter flight, legs are the most important part of flying a helicopter.
Yeah.
To deliver the many commandos he would capture and detain, Maduro was the only thing Eric was thinking about. Then, even as he was gushing blood, which was flowing back down the aisle, helicopter lands at a steep angle. The machine gun stood right in front of him. They were right in front of him, two machine gunners escaped the wrath of the previous planes. Eric maneuvered his helicopter with all of those lives and souls to face the enemy and let his gunners eliminate the threat. Turned the helicopter around so the gunners could take care of business, saving the lives of his fellow warriors from what could have been a catastrophic crash deep in enemy territory. Only after safely landing the helicopter with all the warriors aboard in the exact right spot, which was vital to the mission, probably would have had to maybe cancel the mission if that didn't happen. Eric told his co-pilot, also wounded, but not as gravely, to take over. I'm about ready to pass out. The success of the entire mission and the lives of his fellow warriors hinge on Eric's ability to take the searing pain. It was unbelievable what's happened to his legs of the bullets and keep on flying and landing. And people knew what was happening. Everybody in the back of the helicopter knew because they saw the blood pouring down the aisle. Chief Warrant Officer Slover is still recovering from his serious wounds, but I'm thrilled to say that he is here tonight with his wife, Amy. Eric and Amy, come on in.
Wow.
Like me, Matt.
Not all heroes have capes.
Looks like somebody's got a Medal of Honor behind him.
So we have a surprise for Eric and Amy. In recognition of Eric's actions above and beyond the call of duty, I would now like to ask General Jonathan Braga to present Chief Warrant Officer Slover with our nation's highest military award, the Congressional Medal of Honor.
It's a big dude.
Yeah.
Yep. Obviously, one hell of a pilot.
Yes,
Those
sir.
things aren't easy to fly to begin with.
No, Chinooks are not easy to fly.
Well, thank you very much, Eric and Amy.
Legs are shot up.
Great to get to know you. I met with them and with a lot of their fellow warriors at Fort Bragg recently. You notice the name Fort Bragg. We have it back. We brought it back. We won the First World War with it, the Second World War with it, and then they decided to change the name. So we changed it back. Everybody wanted to change back too. And 10 of Eric's fellow warriors from that incredible night of victory will also be receiving medals at a private ceremony that will soon be held at the White House. And Eric will be there. Thank you. Thank you, Eric. That's a big one. Tonight we've celebrated many truly extraordinary American patriots, but there is one last living legend to honor before we go. He is one more heroic American aviator, Navy fighter pilot. Royce Williams served in World War II, Korea, Vietnam, flying more than 220 missions. In the skies over Korea in 1952, Royce was in the dogfight of a lifetime, legendary dogfight. Flying through blizzard conditions, his squadron was ambushed by 7 Soviet fighter planes. It was his first aerial combat of the war, and despite being massively outnumbered and outgunned, Royce led the takedown of 4 enemy jets and almost destroyed the others, vanquishing his adversaries while taking 263 bullets to his own plane and being seriously hurt. His story was secret for over 50 years. He didn't even want to tell his wife, but the legend grew and grew. But tonight, at 100 years old, this brave Navy captain is finally getting the recognition he deserves. He was a legend long before this evening. Royce, please stand up, and I will ask the First Lady of the United States to present Captain Royce Williams with his Congressional Medal of Honor.
Wow.
Thank you, Royce, and thank you, Eric. I've always wanted the Congressional Medal of Honor, but I was informed I'm not allowed to give it to myself, and I wouldn't know why I'd be taking it, but if they ever open up that law, I will be there with you someday. But you know, that's our highest honor, Congressional Medal of Honor, and that's a big thing, and it's an honor to be in the same room with you. Thank you both very much, Eric. Thank you. Thank you. 250 years is a long time in the life of a nation, but in another sense, it's really a mere moment in the eye of history. Two of the gentlemen we met in the gallery this evening took their first breaths 1 century ago, 100 years before that,
Traitor, I
on July
hope you hang.
4th, 1826, the author of the Declaration of Independence,
Tommy
brilliant
fucking traitor.
Thomas Jefferson, drew his last breath. Just a single long human lifespan separates the giants who declared and won our independence from the heroes who stand among us tonight. Everything our nation has done, everything we have achieved, has been the work of those few great lifetimes. In those brief chapters, Americans built this nation from 13 humble colonies into the pinnacle of human civilization and human freedom, the strongest, wealthiest, most powerful, most successful nation in all of history. Americans ventured out across the daunting and dangerous continent. We carved paths through an unforgiving wilderness, settled a boundless frontier, and tamed the beautiful but very, very dangerous Wild West. From empty marshes and wide open plains, we raised up the world's greatest cities. Together, we mastered the world's mightiest industries and shattered history's monstrous tyrannies. And we liberated millions from the chains of fascism, communism, oppression, and terror. Americans lifted humanity into the skies on the wings of aluminum and steel. And then we launched mankind into the stars on rockets powered by sheer American will and unyielding American pride. We wired the globe with our ingenuity. We captivated the planet with American culture. And now we are pioneering the next great American breakthroughs that will change the entire world. All of this and so much more is the enduring legacy, unmatched glory of the hardworking patriots who built and defended this country and who still carry the hopes and freedoms on all of humanity's backs. For years, they were forgotten, betrayed, and cast aside. But that great betrayal is over, and they will never be forgotten again. Because when the world needs courage, daring, vision, and inspiration, it is still turning to America.
Thank you.
And when God needs a nation to work his miracles, he knows exactly who to ask. There is no challenge Americans cannot overcome, no frontier too vast for us to conquer, no dream too bold for us to chase, no horizon too distant for us to claim. For our destiny is written by the hand of providence, and these first 250 years were just the beginning. From the rugged border towns of Texas to the heartland villages of Michigan, from the sun-kissed shores of Florida to the endless fields of the Dakotas, and from the historic streets of Philadelphia to right here in our nation's capital, Washington, D.C., the golden age of America is upon us. The revolution that began in 1776.
You notice
has
he
not
didn't
ended.
mention California.
It still continues
Yeah.
because the flame of liberty and independence still burns in the heart of every American patriot. And our future will be bigger, better, brighter, bolder, and more glorious than ever before. Thank you, God bless you, and God bless America.
The Democrats are running to do their rebuttal.
Yeah, they can.
Let's go around the horn here and kind of say what we thought. I obviously we didn't get aliens, and we didn't get Epstein, which I thought he would address those things. But I thought
you lose, Mike. You lose.
It's a I did lose. It's a standard, but that I did lose, but I don't care because the Seattle Seahawks are the 2026 Super Bowl champions.
Gayness.
No, it's not. I thought from my perspective that as a political speech, it was really pretty masterful, very well done. He put the Democrats on the spot. They refused to stand up for law and order and putting Americans first over illegal aliens. That's a really bad look. So I thought he did very well with that stuff. He really bashed them and made them out to be the minority that they really are. However, once again, I think he missed opportunities to, there's your girl, Hellwig, missed opportunities to do some things that are truly asymmetric and not on the plan. It was a very conventional speech, but it was an extremely well delivered conventional speech. Seems like it was really just designed to help with the midterms. Brooks, your thoughts on it?
I've watched a lot of these in my life. I've never seen a president take it to the Democrats like he did.
Yeah.
I mean, calling them every name in the book, and to have them shout out and try to shout him down and call him names and stuff. It was a horrible look for the Democrats. I don't see any way that they could come out of this with any hope of winning in 2026 midterms. Trump did a masterful job, not only bringing out celebrities of all kinds, and he did mention Irina Zarutska, who died about 5 miles away from where I live.
Mm-hmm.
That was because our Mayor Vi, her policy is to let these violent criminals back out on the streets so they can commit their crimes again. And it's still that way. It has not changed. Charlotte is an awful city to be in after dark.
And you know, I was there 15 years ago, 20 years ago now, and it was beautiful downtown.
Absolutely.
Very nice. Felt very safe and everything downtown. I agree, Christine. He showed the world how horrible the Democrats really are, and he did a really good job with that. Okay, and
call him crazy.
They can't. Yeah. Blake, what were your thoughts on it? Again, I'm disappointed he wasn't more aggressive about talking about some of the controversial stuff like aliens and Epstein. What did you think?
Yeah, no, I would agree with that. It could have been, that would have been epic if he would have actually gone after the Epstein stuff or mentioned anything about aliens, because those have been hot topics, of course, the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
But it's not topics for the regular crowd. But
I mean, all he really had to do is say, look, you know, there's a lot of people been asking a lot of questions about space aliens for a long time. I've been briefed. I think we know more than we've told you. And in the spirit of transparency, I've instructed all my cabinet officials to release what they know. That's all he had to do, and it would have been, I think, a positive thing. But he chose not to do that. Just stay with conventional politics.
Right. So that would have been taking this speech pretty long and then taking it totally off the rails, which would have been a big distraction in a way. So hopefully he'll save that speech one of these times when the pressure's on, perhaps as a big distraction or whatnot, because it has been talked about recently a lot. So I guess, I'm glad we didn't have to drinking games set up for every time they do a standing ovation. I take a drink. I would have been under the table by now. They certainly really hit it pretty heavy in the beginning. Certainly got a good workout in probably too, the Republicans there. But yeah, I'd also agree. Yeah, he did nailed the Democrats really well. Their border immigration, they're unpopular. They're 80-20 issues that they're on the wrong side of.
Yeah.
Bringing up the Delilah law, so he's going to get the legals not to have driver's licenses. Very common sense stuff, but these are important issues for the general public to see for the midterms, especially with Americans that need to be prioritized over illegal aliens. And the Democrats look like absolute fools sitting there like that. And of course, the Save America Act, very important. And I think that's all I got. Yeah, he did a great job with bringing those heroes out and giving the medals. That was a great honor. And that's all I've got to say on this one.
I love Lauren Boebert. Anyway, yeah, I agree with you. I think the Save America Act moment was good, and it might create some pressure to actually get it passed, which would be, but Democrats and the deep state, their Republican allies, are going to fight that tooth and nail, because once that passes, that is the end of the Democratic Party. And this is my speculation, is why he's being so quiet on the Epstein stuff is that he's using it for leverage to force votes. That's the only thing I can think of. But who knows? Steve, overall, what were your impressions? As usual, you seem unimpressed.
Well, like I said, there are horrible things going on in this country that need to be addressed, that need to be investigated and prosecuted. The reason he didn't mention Epstein is because he has done nothing. He's done no investigation. He's got nobody in jail. He's got nobody going to jail. He's got no indictments. You cannot mention something that you're doing absolutely nothing about. And I don't give a shit what political pull he's using. Oh, well, I won't put you in prison. You dirty, filthy, pedophile, baby-eating bastard. If you just vote my way, that is total bullshit. 100% unadulterated bullshit. These people need to be put under the freaking prison. They need to be dealt with as harshly as the law will allow and be taken out. And the reason he didn't mention it is because he's doing nothing about it. This speech was specifically to win the midterms, and I'm sick and tired of the Republicans saying, oh, well, once we win the midterms, he'll be able to do something. He controls everything now.
We've heard that. We've heard that.
He can do stuff right now.
Yeah, we've heard that
He's
over
doing
and over.
nothing. So I don't want to hear the bullshit about, oh, he's using it as a political pawn. You do not use evil, horrible, the amoebas that stick to the walls of hell. You do not negotiate with them. You destroy them. That's the only way that you react to those people. Period.
Yeah. Tell us how you really feel.
By the way, I wanted to mention Rubio. Evidently, Rubio the last couple of days has had some high-level meetings about extraterrestrials and came out of those meetings very disturbed, and he looked disturbed tonight.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, even when all the attention was on him, he was like just frozen there. So maybe he did get spooked. That would give me a interesting.
To me, he looked really tired. That's what I thought, because he is the hardest working man in the administration. So.
Oh, who, Rubio?
Yeah. Ear for Truth agrees with everything you said, Steve.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that was a long night. Thank you for filling in, sitting in for the show, gentlemen. I appreciate you all very much. Don't forget, folks, to like, subscribe, Rumble, Rant, and Super Chat. That way I can pay these guys a little bit here and there for being on this show. I promise you.
He just drinks the money up. That's what he does. He drinks.
I bought you a Christmas present. I got you a card. Don't. I got you a little gift card. Don't tell me I didn't do that. I did that. So,
I got mine.
Yeah.
You know what he had me use mine for? To buy him a present back.
That's right. I made him do it. Because I can make Steve do stuff. That's how tough I am. I can fucking scare. Steve is so afraid of me after I shot him in the face that he'll do anything.
That's true. That's absolutely true.
In fact, I'm not going to call you. I'm going to change that so it doesn't say Steve Doran Trail Boss on there anymore. It's going to say Reek from now on. Just Reek.
You're going to say what?
Reek, R-E-E-K. Game of Thrones reference there, Steve. You'll have to watch the show to figure it out. All right, guys, thanks for being here. Long night. Thanks for sticking with us, you guys on the East Coast there in the Eastern time zone. Thanks a lot. Have a great one. Jen and I will be back tomorrow morning with an RV show, and hopefully I feel a lot better tomorrow, and everybody else does too. Have a good one. We love you. Thanks a lot. And I will, as soon as I set the outro video, I will see you guys later. Have a good one.